How is this looking? That looks like quite a low microphone, so I'm going to keep talking and I'm going to see if I can't boost the sound a little bit. Here we are. No, that doesn't want to do anything. So maybe it's just going to be a case of speaking up. I think that's what it's going to have to be. Right, let's see how this is looking. I'm going to keep talking as I head over to my feed. Okay, mute you, please. How's all that? All right, I'm playing. How's all that? Hey, that's wonderful. Okay, hey, good evening, 7 people. Welcome to the quiz. Bonsoir. The other 6 of you who I assume are also called Steve. How are we all tonight? Thank you for joining this quiz. Slightly unorthodox quiz tonight. You might have noticed that I'm not on the boat, but I've still got a bit of pleasing old wood above me. We will get going with this quiz in half an hour until this quiz kicks off. For now, what I need you to do is to go to tiny.cc/ftpubquiz258. That's FT for me, Felix Trench, 258, because it is the 25th of August. Go to tiny.cc/ftpubquiz258. Go and put your team names in there. Let's see if we've got anyone. Nicholas Lyndhurst, welcome back. One step closer to Devon. We've got ourselves another good Devon pun there. Trouble Ellers, welcome. And oranges in January. Now, this is a reference to, I've recently put out my particular favorite order of fruits. I need to specify this. I've yet to meet a fruit that I don't like, but there are definitely better fruits than others. And an orange in January is delicious, and the rest of the year is quite boring. But when they're in season, God, it's very difficult to beat an in-season orange. We're going to get going in 27 minutes, everyone. 27 minutes until this quiz begins. Make sure that you are signed up over at tiny.cc/ftpubquiz258. So how are you all? Introduce yourselves in the chat, all 8 of you, why don't you? While we wait for this quiz to start. And I am going to go and tell the world that we are live. And by the world, I mean anyone who follows me on Twitter. I'm going to retweet with a comment, and we're live. Join us for the whole quiz or pop in for a couple of questions. Whatever's best for you. Retweet. Always feels odd retweeting yourself, doesn't it? I don't know. I don't know if those of you here often retweet yourselves, if you have cause to, but I always feel that it's what's the word? It's a little self-congratulatory, but we have to do it because it's all part of promoting ourselves. Hello 19 says, "Ouais, Felix n'est pas dans le bateau." No, Felix n'est pas dans le bateau. So last week, at the last minute, I had to, because of the way that the politics around the pandemic has shook out, it became obvious that I needed to jump on a train to France to go and join my family who have been pandemicking in a farmhouse in the middle of France. So that's where I am now. Still sort of working out my next step, but it looks like next week I'm going to be in Paris, and I'll probably be there for about a month. So you can look forward to a series of quizzes from Paris before hopefully getting back to London in October. It's all very exciting, this pandemic world, but I'm slightly at the mercy of the whims of politics. But that's okay, because most places have internet, most places have electricity, and I can still create quizzes for you, albeit occasionally having to take last minute weeks off. So apologies to you if you were looking forward to last week's quiz. You're getting it this week with some updated current affairs questions, of course. It's been lovely for me. It meant I've had a week of not having to write a quiz because I wrote it last week. It was marvelous. We're going to get going in 25 minutes, everyone. 25 minutes until this quiz begins. Make sure you're signed up at tiny.cc/ftpubquiz258. That's tiny.cc/ftpubquiz258. And I can see that there are a few more of you coming in here. Sweet, sweet human contacts. Hello, Florida. Hope you're doing well. Oranges and Jerry have brought in a comment that they can't believe strawberries were bottom of the ranking. Look, I don't make the rules. Strawberries are fine, but they are not a necessary fruit in the way that, they're fine. They're a lovely dessert with cream, famously. It's at the tennis. But I don't see how they outrank most other fruit. I love a wild strawberry. I lived in a house once that had a patch of wild strawberries, and those were very nice. But most strawberries are just a bit watery. That's, no, they're not a necessary fruit. They're absolutely not a necessary fruit. They're not raspberries, for God's sake. There's a necessary fruit. Sketch in Studios say, hopefully my son will let us play this week. I hope so too. Does your son regularly stop you from playing? Does he crack the whip and say, no, absolutely not? Or possibly your son is just young and has demands beyond pub quizzing online, and fair enough. We're going to get going in 23 minutes by my clock, 23 minutes until this quiz begins. Make sure that you're signed up at tiny.cc/ftpubquiz258. That's tiny.cc/ftpubquiz258. Let's see if we've got anyone else coming in. None yet. The True Lellas have given me, I've been saying their name wrong, clearly, so they've given it to me in the IPA. Tra, so the A, that's an sound, B, and then a schwa, and then L schwa. Troublers. Oh, like the troublers, the people who make trouble? Is that, have I been saying it wrong? Well, clearly I've been saying it wrong. I beg your pardon, the troublers. Do give me, if you could all give me IPA spellings of your names, that would be terribly helpful. Thank you, troublers, for doing that and for helping me out. You can all go and see that on the sign-up sheet. Make sure that you're signing up over at tiny.cc/ftpubquiz258, tiny.cc/ftpubquiz258. Andrew Rogers says, strawberries are the only necessary fruit. Andrew, we will agree to disagree. I think they are a lovely addition to any spread, but they are by no means up there with the likes of the raspberry, the blackberry, the fig, even the apple. All of those, by far, anything autumnal, anything that you can put in a crumble, or anything with a bit of acidity. I think that's the problem that I have with them. There's no acidity. So I love an orange. I love, dare I say, I love a lemon. I love a pomegranate. Perhaps the king of fruits, something that I think it shares with cherries. Hannah Wallace says that my opinion is valid. Thank you. But they have a wonderful strawberry festival in Southwest Florida. I would love to see the Southwest Florida Strawberry Festival, and I'm sure that they have marvelous strawberries. In fact, I'm going to Google that right now. Let's look up the Southwest Florida Strawberry Festival. The only South by Southwest that I recognize. Strawberry by Southwest, by FL, I guess. Here we are, Florida Strawberry Festival, an 11-day event. Come on, come on. Now, I've got farmhouse internet here, which means the village has been promised fiber optic broadband in 2022. However, it is 2020 in the pandemic year of our Lord, so I'm afraid that I'm coming to you through some rather rusty old phone lines, which means a slow internet. Here we are about the festival. They've used one of those typefaces to make it look like the Old West. If you all go to flstrawberryfestival.com, you'll see what I mean. You can imagine it saying saloon or possibly a carnival typeface. I think that would work for this as well, or a circus typeface. About the festival, the Florida Strawberry Festival is an 11-day community event celebrating the strawberry harvest of eastern Hillsborough County. Each year, over 500,000 visitors, gosh, that's a lot of visitors, enjoy the festival's headline entertainment, youth livestock shows, rides, exhibits of commerce, and of course, it's strawberry shortcake. Now, I don't know what a shortcake is. Is a shortcake close to a shortbread? Is it like a fruit cake? I'd love to try a strawberry shortcake. Hannah suggests looking up the Plant City water tower while I'm at it. Yada-dee-da-da-da, Plant City water tower. Good Lord, look at that. All right, I'm going to try to describe the Plant City water tower to the rest of you who don't have access to the internet. So I guess the wasps in this room. It is, well, it's a water tower. It doesn't look like a traditional water tower, even just, okay, getting aside the obvious things, and I'll come to the obvious things, but the basic shape of it is, it looks like, okay, if you ignore all the paintwork, it's broadly the shape of what I think of as a kind of classic 1920s stand-up railway clock. Do you know the ones that I mean? Or maybe sort of 40s. It's got a long, thin pole and then an almost round top. But it's not round. It's teardrop shaped, but with a flat top because it's a strawberry with a green bit at the top, and then red with white speckles, and then a green stem, and it says Plant City on it. What an item, and presumably that is a water tower. Well, that's a very creative way of decorating a water tower. I like that an awful lot. Ryan Mulgrew says, not fruit related, but could we have access to the picture round? Oh, is the picture round not working? I beg your pardon. Let's see what's happening there. tiny.cc/ftpictureround 258. tiny.cc/ftpictureround 258. Okay. Share. Anyone with the link can view. Permission updated. Try again. Tell me if the picture round is working now. Hazel Meredith Lloyd says, bonsoir Felix, comment ça va? Ça va bien, merci Hazel. That reminds me, Hazel got in touch with me. Hazel is currently putting out, it's a very exciting project, this is writing a novel one tweet at a time, and would love you to go and follow that novel. So do come and support this little community if you can by heading to @novelcharacters. That's @novelcharacters. I'm saying characters plural, to find a novel tweet by tweet written by Hazel, a regular of our quizzes. Bookham Dano says, have I tuned into an old episode of Allo Allo? God, I hope now there was a show. Hello 19, bonjour CJ. Andrew Rogers, it's an upside down golf tee. Yes, it does look a bit like a golf tee. CJ can now see the picture around. Great, that's all working. Another such water tower. Anne, when you say there's a similar water tower, is it also strawberry themed? There you go. Hazel has put up the Twitter thing. Go and follow @novelcharacters. Strawberry shortcake is like chopped sweetened strawberries on top of a sponge or a biscuit in the southern US variety, I'm going to say, with whipped cream. Sounds great. And Anne Weaver tells us that the other water tower also looks like strawberry because you also have a strawberry festival. I'm delighted Florida has so many strawberry festivals. That's something that they should advertise more about, Florida. Folks, it is 8:15. We'll get going in 15 minutes. Around about this point, if we were in a real pub, well, I suppose in France it wouldn't be a pub, it would be a bar or a bistro or a brasserie. This brasserie quiz, I'd be going around with an old wine cooler asking you to pay for the quiz. So please imagine this as the wine cooler moment as I ask you to go to co-fi.com/FelixTrench and drop £2 per player in the jar. That's co-fi.com, coffee.com/FelixTrench. That's KO, not CO, /FelixTrench. Drop £2 in the quiz. Hazel asks, do we pay in euros? If you like, but then it will be more euros, please, because the pound is still just about stronger than the euro. It'd be like €2.10 or something. Andrew says Texas has several fruit towns. Petite is famous for strawberries. I beg your pardon, Anne, you're in Texas, not Florida. Famous for strawberries. Fredericksburg for peaches. Love fruit. Thank you, Hannah Berry, for supporting that. Fredericksburg for peaches, and Luling, am I saying that right? Luling for watermelon. I was just saying today how much I love a watermelon. Quarter of an hour until we start. No, you absolutely can't pay in strawberries. You can try, I suppose. I don't know if you can do internet strawberries. Maybe that's the next Bitcoin, will be bit strawberries. We'll get going in 14. Luling is how you say it. 14 minutes until we start this quiz, folks. 14 minutes. Hey, you know, I don't really remember what's on the quiz, to be honest. It's been a couple of weeks since I wrote most of it. I hope it's good. I'm sure it will be. They're usually brilliant. I don't see why this one wouldn't be any good. We'll get going in 30 minutes now. Make sure that you're signed up at tiny.cc/Felix/FT-pub-quiz258 because it's the 25th of August. Gosh, last quiz of August, folks. It'll be September next week. That's exciting. La Triviata, welcome back. The Fall and Decline of Marmalade. Oh, marmalade. I love a marmalade. Wood Salad is deliciously back, and the Knuckleheads, hello, all of you. I always suspected that this was going to be an intimate quiz, and I think that is looking likely. But do use this time, please, to head to co-fi.com/FelixTrench and drop £2 per player in the virtual jar. And we will get going in 12 minutes until this quiz begins. We've got 22 players now in the chat. Hello, all 22 of you. Thank you for joining this quiz from a farmhouse in the middle of nowhere, France. If you're feeling reverse seasick, I guess what you could do is just take the screen and kind of rock it back and forward to make it look like I'm on the boat. 12 minutes till we start, folks. 12 minutes, until this quiz begins. I had the shutters open earlier, but I thought that if I had the shutters closed and then that light on, the light will at least remain somewhat constant. There's a skylight up there as well, so that's lighting me a bit. I tell you the other thing that I've done. I've turned the night light on my computer. I'll show you what it's like without the night light. Here we go, night light turning off. And I think there you get a bit more glow in my eyes. But let's take it back on, and that hopefully will get rid of that blue light glow, although of course now I can't monitor whether that's working or not. I'm going to imagine that it is working. We'll get going in 11 minutes until this quiz begins. Hey, I'm not offering you any way to answer questions. That's entirely up to you. You are going to need pen and thank you, Johnny Sims. Sienna, thank you very much for spotting me. You are going to need pen and paper to answer this, or a notepad or a shared document. Thank you, Kimby. What I know that some people have done in the past is they open a shared Google Doc and they put up a table. They sent it to me and they showed it to me. It was fascinating. Hey, what's everyone up to? Are people eating at the minute? Are people drinking? What are you eating? What are you drinking? Has anyone got a strawberry shortcake on the go? We'll get going in 10 minutes. 10 minutes until this quiz begins, everyone. That's 10 minutes. New team have signed on. Nous adorons le béret. Thank you. I adore the béret as well. And a noble failure. who have managed to give themselves a spot in the quiz sheet with no one on either side. What's going on there? Do they smell? What's happening? Hello 19 has strawberry ice cream. Well, that is very appropriate to tonight's discussion. How is it? Is it a good strawberry ice cream? Tell us all about it. Does it have bits of strawberries? Oh, I tell you what I like though. On strawberry flavored things, a good strawberry yogurt is wonderful. A bad strawberry yogurt is abysmal. This is, I think, a real dividing point with strawberries. Most flavored things you can kind of get away, like most cherry flavored things are all right, most blackberry flavored things are all right, but a bad strawberry flavored thing is absolutely the worst thing in the world. Rachel Lloyd says, you should get her in the disco, as they say in France. They do say that in Alsace. Hello 19 is saying the ice cream is lovely, Neapolitan really, Sylvester Allwelds. Very good. You've got all three of the ice cream flavors going on there. Hey, we'll get going in just under 10 minutes, folks. Just under 10 minutes until this quiz begins. If you haven't yet, do head over to ko-fi.com/FelixTrench and drop a couple of quid in the metaphorical jar. We are talking about strawberries and generally food and ice cream. Some ice cream chat has begun. What are your ice cream flavors of choice? I love a rum raisin. I love a salted caramel or a stracciatella. Thank you. Someone just supported me there. It didn't do a da-dung. I don't know why. Maybe it will in a bit. But it also didn't say who. So thank you, whoever that was. I'll do a da-dung for you so that you get the dopamine. Da-ding! There you go. I hope you enjoyed that. We'll get going in 8 minutes. 8 minutes until this quiz begins from here in the middle of nowhere, farmhouse in France, where I am waiting for the political situation to evolve so that I know when I'm going back, but I think that will be October here in this new world of last-minute exciting decisions. So we'll start this quiz at 8:30 by my clock, 8:30, of course. Normally it's 7:30 for me, but here I am in GMT +1, the most popular time zone in certainly Western Europe, and I'm sure many other places. Ryan Mulgrew loves a chocolate. Okay, but let me pause you there, Ryan. Let's talk about dark chocolate or dark salted chocolate. Now that is a strong chocolate, but do tell me more. Melon ice cream, yes, I love a melon ice cream. When I was a kid, if there was an ice cream wagon coming up, I would order 1 scoop of melon and 1 scoop of banana. I loved that. Although not really readily available in the UK. Yeah, you're right. It is more of a continental thing, melon ice cream. Kimberly Billington loves cinnamon bun. We don't have that one. I assume that is a North American, and your mum's enjoys black licorice. Good on you, mum. I love a salted licorice. I think there's a theme emerging here about my love of salted sweets. But the salted licorice you get from the Netherlands and Scandinavia, ooh, that I enjoy those very much. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that dark chocolate gives you headaches, Ryan. I hope that you enjoy your other chocolates, though. Other chocolates are also very good. Zach Sheffield says that good chocolate ice cream is fantastic. It is, isn't it? Summers in the American South are made for strawberry ice cream. Well, I don't know much about that, but I will take your word for it. CJ Lyons is a big fan of vanilla. Hey, a good vanilla is marvelous. Like on Bake Off, when someone bakes a Victoria sponge, but really well, and the judges lose their mind. Yeah, a good vanilla is extremely good. I tell you an ice cream that I had an ice cream once. Apparently this is quite common in some parts of the Middle East. It's rose water, and then they have almost like a sweet angel hair. I want to say spaghetti, but it's pastry inside, and it was absolutely lovely. Sam Shatty says that Finnish salted licorice is the best. Well, of course, we are a pro-Finland quiz, unless anyone comes along and I have to divide my allegiances. So I am absolutely happy to affirm that Finnish salted licorice is the best. Daisy Lovick, also a fan of the vanilla and Ben & Jerry's fish food. I mean, the fish food is lovely. Of the Ben & Jerry's, though, I've always been a Chunky Monkey person. Banana and dark chocolate, very good. And Weaver likes ice cream in cooler weather, controversial. In the summer, would rather have a snow cone. I don't know what a snow cone is. I've heard the phrase before. Sounds like a common American treat, not a thing that we have here. Tell us more about the snow cone, Anne. Tar ice cream is the best, says Sammy. Now, that tar, presumably not the black viscous stuff. Tell us more. What is tar? Samashati. American Dream is fan. We can't ignore sorbet. I like a sorbet. I'm less fussed about it. We'll get going in 4 minutes, folks. 4 minutes until this quiz begins. Let's see how you're all doing. There's a bit of self-pity going on in line 19. Another failed attempt to win the best team name, they say in black on red in a Gothic font. Hey now, buck up. I'm not sure I enjoy this introspection. I'm certainly not going to give it to any kind of attempt to curry favor in that way. What's going on? Some places call them flavored ice or shaved ice. Yeah, I've had shaved ice in a dessert place in Chinatown in London. I know exactly what you're talking about. And I had durian flavored. I'd never had durian before. Durian didn't make my list of fruits because I've not had it enough times. I enjoyed that. Very nice. Samashati says, it is that tar. There's also tar flavored candies. Really? How is that edible? It never occurred to me that that would actually be edible. Tell us all about it. What does it taste like? It sounds awful. But I believe you that it's good. Things are going quite quickly now. So we'll get going in 2 minutes. 2 minutes, folks. We're going to get going. Make sure that you're signed up and make sure that you've dropped £2 per player in the virtual jar by going to ko-fi.com/Felix Trench. That's ko-fi.com/Felix Trench. Go and make sure that you are signed up. Buck up. You've never sounded more Blackadder British. I mean, it is an expression we have. And it's Blue 19 with the self-pitying team name. We'll get going in a couple of minutes, folks. The Sweet Chili Chickpeas, the Friendly Bears, and a team that have just Anonymous Liger. What a great animal. One Run a Day. Hello, One Run a Day. Hello, Keith. Thanks for joining. Thank you for dropping a couple of quid in the jar there. We'll get going in 1 minute. 1 minute. Make sure you're signed up, folks, at tony.cc/ftpubquiz. 258 FT Felix Trench 258 because it is the 25th of August. So we'll be getting going at 8:30 exactly by my clock, 7:30 London time, 2:30 New York time, which is GMT -5, I think, and over in -8 in LA. So more information on the tar flavored ice cream. Tervaleona. I don't really know how Finnish words work, so I apologize for my pronunciation. Literally tar lion. Oh, I see. Tervaleona. Tervaleona. I see. Candies have been around since 1933. The flavor's pretty strong and divides people. Well, I'd love to try them one day. We are now at past. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the quiz. Quiz is now in session. Quiz is now in session. Rules are as ever. Rule 1, no more than 6 players to a team, please. Rule 2, I'm always right. There will be no arguments. And rule 3, no cheating. And by no cheating, we mean no Googling. I mean no Googling. I trust you not to Google, and hopefully you trust me to create quizzes for you. Hello, Whiskey is the Soup of the Day have also just joined us. So here we, I've done that thing again where I did, thank you, whoever that was, where I didn't actually put up my quiz questions. The thing is, I don't like to have too many tabs open. I'm constantly closing tabs. Not just on my computer, just any tabs I see, close those, control F for the whole lot of them. All right, folks, here we go. 2 rounds of 20 questions. Question 1, something nice and easy to get us back into the quizzing frame of mind. Question 1, of the standard 7 colors of the rainbow, which has the fewest letters? Question 1, of the standard 7 colors of the rainbow, which of them has the fewest letters? This is in the English language, of course, because that's what I'm speaking. Of the standard 7 colors of the rainbow, which is the fewest letters, please? That is question 1. I'm going to assume that you've all written that. Question 1. Question 2. Question 2, a little trickier than I would normally have at this point, but I couldn't think of another money question. Question 2, this is money. In Roman times, a sestertius was worth how many denarii? How many denarii to 1 sestertius in Roman times? How many denarii to 1 sestertius? That is question 2. In Roman times, how many denarii to the sestertius? If you don't know, just have a stab. I suspect there are many of you in that position. Hello, 1,000 yellow daisies. I always enjoy your emoji of flowers there. So that is question 2. How many denarii to the sestertius in Roman times? I've got a notification coming in on Twitter, but it doesn't look like one I need to reply to. Great. Question 3 now. Question 3, where I put the tab. Bengal, Javan, and Sumatran are all types of what big cat? Bengal, Javan, and Sumatran are all varieties of what big cat? That's question 3. Bengal, Javan, and Sumatran are all varieties of what big cat? That is question 3. Bengal, Javan, and Sumatran, all varieties of a big cat. What kind of cat? That is question 4 now. Question 4. This is music. Music. That music is ska. Ska music. The song Ghost Town, released in 1981, was by which ska band? Ghost Town is a song released in 1981 by which ska band? That's question 4. Ghost Town is a song released in 1981 by which ska band? That is question 4. More chat coming in. People talking about the team names. Marvelous. Question 4. Ghost Town. Here's a song. Thank you. Is a song released in 1981 by which ska band? That is question 4. Question 5. Question 5. This is geography. Geography. It's capital cities. What is the capital city of Morocco. What's the capital city of Morocco? Question 5. What is the capital of Morocco? Question 5. What is the capital city? That is question 5. Question 6 now. Question 6. This is languages. Language this week is Portuguese. In Portuguese, what does the word ovo mean? I don't speak Portuguese. I don't know if that's ovo, I imagine. O-V-O. Ovo. Ovo. Be something like that. It's obrigado, isn't it? So it'd be ovo, I guess. What does the Portuguese word ovo mean? O-V-O. Question 6. What does the Portuguese word ovo mean? Hannah Wallace says that she has a teammate who's been memorizing the African capitals for the quiz. Very well done. Eileen Jones says that ovo is short for avocado. Now, Eileen, I see what you've done there. You've spelt it out, avocado, but it's written avocado. It's just that avocado is how Americans say it, but you spell it with a C-A and there's no Y. But I mean, it's an easy mistake to make, but no, avocado is of course the American pronunciation. What does the Portuguese ovo mean? And picture 7, question 7. Question 7 is more words, but in the English language, plurals, in fact. What is the plural of the word lynx? L-Y-N-X. What is the plural of lynx? L-Y-N-X. That is question 7. What is the plural of lynx? L-Y-N-X. CJ Lines has been scanning the Yatta codes. Yes, make sure that you all study your Yatta codes between quizzes. Maybe we'll do a quiz just on Yatta codes, but not 40 questions, like 400. Look, I'll send you 400 airports to memorize. I'd enjoy that. What's the plural of lynx? L-Y-N-X. Question 8 now. Question 8 is hats. Hats. What type of hat, named after something you might have for lunch, was originally worn by women, but then popularized for men by Buster Keaton? What type of hat, named after something you might have for lunch, was originally worn by women, but then popularized among men by Buster Keaton? That's question 8. What type of hat, named after something you might have for lunch, was originally worn by women, then popularized among men by Buster Keaton? CJ Line says, could we make a Yatta song? Please make a Yatta song. Please make a Yatta song and share it with all of us so that we can all learn it. What type of hat, named after something you might have for lunch, was originally worn by women, then popularized for men by Buster Keaton? That's question 8. Question 9 is a long question as well. Oh, I see why. This is board games. Board games. In which common board game do the starting positions of the pieces vary depending on whether you're playing the international, Russian, Canadian, or Turkish variant? I think there are other ones as well. In which common board game do the starting positions of the pieces change depending on whether you're playing the international, Russian, Canadian, or Turkish variants? That's question 9. In which common board game do the starting positions of the pieces change depending on whether you're playing international, Canadian, Turkish, or Russian variants of that board game? That's question 9. CJ, I think that you have volunteered. We all await it excitedly for next week. You can send us a link. In which common board game do the starting positions of the pieces change depending on whether you're playing the international, Canadian, Russian, or Turkish variants? That is question 9. And question 10 is history and literature. In what century did Niccolo Machiavelli write The Prince? In what century did Machiavelli write The Prince? That is question 10. In what century did Machiavelli write The Prince? That is question 10. Question 10. In what century? Oh, Hello 19 is going to help you write the song. Very good. You can. I'll let you two coordinate, and you can present us with a song of Yetta Codes next week. In what century did Machiavelli write The Prince, please? That is question 10. Question 11 now. Question 11, special one for the person who's been studying African cities. Which city in Egypt has the largest population? Which city in Egypt has the largest population? That is question 11. Which city in Egypt has the largest population? Which city in Egypt has the largest population? Hazel asks whether it will be like the Chemical Elements song. That's the Tom Lehrer take on I Am the Very Model of a Modern Major General. Could be. You could do it to that tune. It could be like the London Underground song. That would be another possibility. I'll let you decide. Question 11, which city in Egypt has the largest population? Question 12, every week I like to ask you a question about London, except that I'm not in London, so I'm not going to do that. I'm in somewhere in France, so we're going to have a France question. Your France question is, the personification of the French Republic is a woman with what name? There is an almost goddessish personification of the French Republic. You've seen her. She wears a kind of red Smurf hat. Is a woman with what name? That's question 12. Question 12, the personification of the French Republic. That is your where is Felix today question. Is a woman with what name? Yes, you could use the Animaniacs Countries of the World song. That would work. That is question 12. The personification of the French Republic is a woman with what name? Question 13. Question 13. This is science. What does the A stand for in DNA? What does the A stand for in DNA? That is question 13. What does the A stand for in DNA? Question 13. What does the A stand for in DNA? Hazel suggests that I set up a spreadsheet for you all to type the lyrics on. I will let you set up your own spreadsheets, because that sounds like more work for me. But if you want to set up a spreadsheet and send everyone the link, that sounds like the way to do it to me. Or just it could be a Word document, it doesn't have to be a spreadsheet. Question 14. Question 14. This is television. It was announced that which actor will be playing Prince Philip in the last 2 series of The Crown? It has been announced that which actor will be playing Philip in the last 2 series of The Crown? I tell you what, I've still not finished series 2. Series 1 was good. Had Thingy in it from Third Rock from the Sun. He was very good. John Lithgow. Who will be playing Prince Philip in the last 2 series of The Crown? It's not John Lithgow. Question 15. This is question 15 is a food question. Food. Your food is garum. Garum, G-A-R-U-M. Not very commonly available anymore, but garum was a sauce very widely used in the ancient Mediterranean, which was based on what ingredient? Garum was a sauce used in many ancient cultures based on what ingredient? Garum, G-A-R-U-M, was a sauce widely used in the ancient Mediterranean based on what ingredient? That's garum. I'm saying garum. G-A-R-U-M. Question 15. Hannah Wallace tells us that the episode about Philip's mother is lovely. Well, one day I will catch up and check it out. Looking forward to seeing Olivia Colman, which is very good. Hey, 5 questions left in this first round, folks. You are all doing terribly well. 5 questions. Music. This is a music question. In open tuning, what is the bottom note of a guitar? In bottom string, I beg your pardon, what note is the bottom string of a guitar? I think you knew what I meant. In standard open tuning, what note is the bottom string of a guitar? That is question 16. In standard open tuning, what note is the bottom string of a guitar? Question 16 there for you. Question 17. Question 17 is acronyms. I normally ask you for part of an acronym, but I'm going to ask you for the whole thing on this one because I don't think it's too hard. This is the alcohol question. Alcohol. In beer terms, what does IPA stand for? In beer, what does IPA stand for? I'm saying I, the 9th letter of the alphabet. In beer, what does IPA stand for? That is question 17. 3 questions left in this first round. 3 questions left. Hey, if you missed any, I will go through all the questions again. Don't you worry about that. In beer terms, what does IPA stand for? Question 18 now. This is question 18. This is literature. Literature. The book The Salmon of Doubt is a collection of writings published posthumously by which science fiction author? The Salmon of Doubt is a collection of writings published posthumously by which science fiction author? The author wrote it, didn't publish it, obviously, even though that's what the sentence would suggest. The Salmon of Doubt is a posthumous collection of writings by which science fiction author? That sounds like he's written them posthumously. The Salmon of Doubt is a posthumously published collection of writings by which science fiction author? Question 18. The Salmon of Doubt. Who wrote The Salmon of Doubt? Is question 18. Question 18. Who wrote The Salmon of Doubt? A posthumously published collection of writings by a science fiction writer. Question 19 now, our penultimate question of this first round. Question 19 is film. This is film. What nationality is Morten Tildum, the director of The Imitation Game? What nationality is Morten Tildum? Morten, M-O-R-T-E-N, Tildum, T-Y-L-D-U-M. What nationality is Morten Tildum, director of The Imitation Game? That is question 19. Question 19. What nationality is Morten Tildum, director of The Imitation Game? Morten Tildum, who directed The Imitation Game, what is his nationality? And question 20, your final question of this first round, is a current affairs question. In what country have tens of thousands of people joined hands, I saw the pictures, they wore gloves, don't worry, to create a chain called Freedom Way to show solidarity with the protests in Belarus? In what country have tens of thousands of people joined hands to create a chain called Freedom Way to show solidarity with Belarus? That is question 20. We're looking for the name of the country in which tens of thousands of people have joined hands to create a chain called Freedom Way as a show of solidarity with the protests in Belarus. And that is all the questions in the first round. Hey, well done, everyone. You got halfway through. I'm going to go through all of those questions again, and I'm going to go through them a bit more rapidly. Here we go. Round one. The questions are, question 1. Of the standard 7 colors in the rainbow, which one in the English language has the fewest letters in its name? Of the standard 7 colors in the rainbow, which has the fewest letters? Question 2. In Roman times, a sestertius was worth how many denarii? In Roman times, how many denarii to the sestertius? Question 3. Bengal, Javan, and Sumatran are all types of what big cat? Bengal, Javan, and Sumatran are all types of what big cat? Question 4. Ghost Town is a song released in 1981 by which ska band? Ghost Town is a song released in 1981 by which ska band? Question 5. What's the capital of Morocco? What's the capital of Morocco? Question 6. What does the Portuguese ovo mean? O-V-O. What does the Portuguese ovo mean? Question 7. What's the plural of lynx? L-Y-N-X. What's the plural of lynx? Question 8. What type of hat, named after something you might have for lunch, was originally worn by women, then popularized among men by Buster Keaton? What type of hat, named after something you might have for lunch, was originally worn by women, then popularized among men by Buster Keaton? Question 9. In which common board game do the starting positions of the pieces vary depending on whether you're playing international, Russian, Canadian, or Turkish? In which common board game do the starting positions of the pieces vary depending on whether you're playing international, Russian, Turkish, or Canadian? Question 10. In what century did Machiavelli write The Prince? In what century did Machiavelli write The Prince? Question 11. What city in Egypt has the largest population? What city in Egypt has the largest population? Question 12. The personification of the French Republic is a woman with what name? The personification of the French Republic is a woman with what name? Question 13. What does the A stand for in DNA? What does the A stand for in DNA? Question 14. Who will be playing Prince Philip in the last 2 series of The Crown? Who will be playing Who will be playing Prince Philip in the last 2 series of The Crown? Question 15. Garum is based on what ingredient? Garum, the sauce, is based on what ingredient? Question 16. In standard open tuning, what note is the bottom string of a guitar? In standard open tuning, what note is the bottom string of a guitar? Question 17. In beer, what does IPA stand for? In beer, what does IPA stand for? Question 18. The Salmon of Doubt is a posthumous collection of writings by which sci-fi writer? The Salmon of Doubt is a posthumous collection of writings by which sci-fi writer? Question 19. What nationality is Morten Tildum, director of The Imitation Game? What nationality is Morten Tildum, And question 20, in what country have tens of thousands of people joined hands to create a chain called Freedom Way as a show of solidarity to the protests in Belarus? In what country has that happened? And that is all the questions in the first round. Oh. Then Zach Sheffield asks if I can spell the coins I'm asking about. Sestertius. Yeah, I didn't. I'm sorry. Sestertius. Sestertius. Denarii. Denari. Denarii, obviously a plural of denarius. Rachel Lloyd. Close to red, though, white and books, so I think we can get away with it. And O2, Republic or Empire. Question 2, Republic or Empire, it makes quite a big difference. Does it? I thought it stayed constant. Let's find out. Apparently I can look up sestertii to USD. That's funny. How many denarii in a sestertius? Imperial? Sorry if you're just watching me read. Someone has suggested that the value of the denarius changed in the imperial period. Well, I'm afraid I can't find what you're referring to. Reformed by Augustus, was it? Coin reform, Augustus. Coinage reform of Augustus. Thank you for that. Augustus more comprehensively. My reforms. I hope the rest of you are enjoying me looking up Roman money reforms. Okay, I don't want to keep all of you. So I am going to give you the answer that I have, and if you know better and are able to back that up, then you can give yourselves the point. So you have got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, marking pens up, here we go. Question 1, of the standard 7 colors in the rainbow, the one with the fewest letters is red, obviously. Red, yes. Question 2, in Roman times. Now, the answer that I have is 4. 4 denarii to the sestertius. If you have other facts available and you can back that up for yourself, I'll let you give yourselves the point, because I think that we are going to need a bit too much backing up to check that. Question 3, Bengal, Javan, and Sumatran are all types of tiger. Tiger. Question 4, Ghost Town was released by The Specials. The Specials. Question 5, the capital of Morocco is Rabat. Rabat. Question 6, the Portuguese ovo means egg. Egg. 7, lynx, the plural of lynx is lynx or lynxes. You can have both. The plural of lynx is lynx or lynxes. You can have both. Question 8. Question 8. The hat I was after is the pork pie hat. The hat I was after is a pork pie hat. Picture 9, question 9 rather. I was looking for the board game Drafts. Drafts, known in North America as checkers. Drafts, you can have checkers as well. Oh, you're absolutely right. It's the other way around. Flosselin says a denarius is a bigger coin. I beg your pardon. It's 4 sesterces to the denarius, not the other way around. If you put a quarter, that's fine. Drafts or checkers. Question 10. In what century did Machiavelli write The Prince? It's the 16th century. The 16th. Question 11. The city in Egypt which has the largest population is Cairo. Cairo. Question 12. The personification of the French republics, that's the Marianne. Marianne. Question 13. The A in DNA is acid. Acid. Question 14. That's Jonathan Price. Jonathan Price. Question 15. Garum is a fish sauce, fermented fish. Question 16. The bottom string of a guitar in standard tuning is E or Mi. E or Mi, as in do re mi. Question 17. IPA is an India Pale Ale. India Pale Ale. Question 18. The Salmon of Doubt is by Douglas Adams. Douglas Adams. Question 19. Morten Tildum is Norwegian. He is Norwegian. And question 20. Freedom Way was created in Lithuania. Lithuania. So, let me give you all of those again. Of the standard 7 colors, so that is question 1 is red. Question 2, yeah, I got that wrong. A quarter is what I should have said. If you put a quarter, if you put 4, I will accept that because you went into the same trap as me. If you know better and you have sources, I'll let you have that as well. Question 3. Bengal, Javan, and Sumatran, all types of tiger. Question 4, the special. Question 5, rabat. Question 6, egg. Question 7, lynx or lynxes. Question 8, pork pie. Question 9, drafts or checkers. Question 10, 16th. Question 11, Cairo. Question 12, Marianne. Question 13, acid. Question 14, Jonathan Price. Question 15, fish. Question 16, E. Question 17, India Pale Ale. Question 18, Douglas Adams. Question 19, Norwegian. And question 20, Lithuania. Lithuania. And that is it for the first round. Hey, let's see how you're doing after that. So, Nicholas Lyndhurst have 16. The Fall and Decline of Marmalade have 18. That's very strong. It's a team who've just written vegan. Satan have not yet written. They got 16, very strong point, very strong for vegan. 16 also for the sweet chili chickpeas. A couple of 15s. Very well done. It looks like the fall and decline of marmalade are going to take the first round, unless the friendly bears can come in with a better score. 18, a very strong first round score. And we are going to have a little interval, but during the interval, I want you to have a look at the picture round. The picture round is over at tiny.cc/ft picture round 258. Tiny.cc/ft picture round 258. What I've given you is 10 stuffed tomatoes. You tell me what those tomatoes have been stuffed with, and we will go over the answers at the end of the quiz. You have 10 stuffed tomatoes. You tell me what they've been stuffed with. I'll give you the answers at the end of the quiz, after we do the answers to round 2. You have 10 minutes to have an interval. We will come back at 9:15. See you all in 10 minutes. Here comes the music. If I can find it. Here it is. See you in 10 minutes.
not in a pub. Pub quiz, let you in a pub. Welcome to the pub quiz. Google for help. Pub quiz, teaching yourself. Pub quiz, we've got massive prizes. Pub quiz, metaphorical prizes. Welcome to the pub quiz. You're alone. Pub quiz, we're all stuck at home. Pub quiz, I'll escape from the news. Pub quiz, drink our virtual booze. Pub quiz, but not in a pub. Pub quiz, let you in a pub. Welcome to the pub quiz. Google for help. Pub quiz, teaching yourself. Pub quiz, we've got massive prizes. Pub quiz, metaphorical prizes. Welcome to the pub quiz. You're alone. Pub quiz, we're all stuck at home. Pub quiz, I'll escape from the news. Pub quiz.
Hey folks, if you haven't yet, you use the interval to head to ko-fi.com/Felix Trench, drop a couple of quid in the jar, as you would at a normal quiz. £2 per player, unless you can't afford it, in which case I'd much rather you played that didn't. Oh, we're going for this. Start again in 3 minutes, everyone. 3 minutes. Lou19 has translated for us. Le quiz du pub. On n'est pas dans le pub. Tu es seul. Nous sommes tous chez nous. Two minutes, everyone. 2 minutes. Get yourselves back from the bar or the bar in the car. Do any of you have bars in your car? Let us know. I'm taking a screenshot to try to make the people who aren't playing jealous. And that is 1/4 past, which means it is time to get going. Time to get going with 2. Round 2 of this quiz is now in session. Round 2 is now in session. Welcome back. So, hope you all had a good break. I went and got myself a tasty snack of strawberries, which I thought was quite on brand for today's chat. And I can confirm that they are absolutely okay. 100% fine. It really is definitely a fruit. I hope you all have equally enjoyable snacks with you. Hey, let us know if you've got one. But let's get going with round 2. Round 2, the fun round. I need a round 2 noise really, don't I? Round 2, the fun round. See if I can get someone to record that for me. Here we go. So, pens are ready, please. Here goes question 21. Question 21 is flags. Flags. 2 countries have their outlines on their flags. One of them is Cyprus. What is the other? 2 countries have their outlines on their flags. One of them is Cyprus. What is the other? It's question 21. 2 countries have outlines on their flags. One of them is Cyprus. What's the other? Laura Feldman has some hummus, but no sweet chili chickpeas. Well, the hummus itself, just on its own, sounds like a pretty strong snack. Question 22. Question 22 is music, the music of Ronan Keating. What was the name of Ronan Keating's debut solo album in the year 2000? What was the name of Ronan Keating's debut solo album in the year 2000? Question 22. What was the name of Ronan Keating's debut solo album in the year 2000? Question 23. Question 23. How many, this is the maths question, How many prime numbers are there between 1 and 50? Not inclusive, obviously, although neither of those are prime. But how many prime numbers are there between 1 and 50? 50. Question 23, how many prime numbers are there between 1 and 50? I'm asking you question 23, how many prime 1 and 50? This is the maths question. Question 24. Question 24 is brands, specifically branded podcasts. Which communication software has released 2 branded podcasts? One of them called Variety Pack and the other called Work in Progress. Which communication software has released 2 branded podcasts called Variety Pack and Work in Progress? I'm sorry to hear that it's windy where some of you are. It's quite windy today this afternoon here. Had to close the windows. Couldn't hear the film we were watching. Question 24. Which communication software has released 2 branded podcasts? Variety Pack and Work in Progress. We were watching The Two Popes on Netflix. Very good film. Question 25. Question 25 is politics. Politics of the USA. So possibly a difficult question for about 2/3 of our contestants. Which American state currently has the most representatives in the House of Representatives? I don't know if there's another word for them to avoid me saying that word twice. Delegates? People? People. People's a good word. Which American state currently has the most people or representatives? Oh, my strawberries are finished. Oh, well. In the House of Representatives. Which American state currently has the most representatives in the House of Representatives? Congress people, apparently. I think people's better, though. Which American state currently has the most Congress people in the House of Representatives? That's question 25, the politics question. Question 26. Question 26 is musical instruments. Musical instrument. Right, you might want to write some of these down, or all of them. I don't know. Sargent musical cow, that's Sargent, musical cow. Malleted chrome, Malletted, chrome. Soft-handled hand, soft and handled have a hyphen. And sleigh, Sleigh, are all varieties of what kind of musical instrument? Sargent musical cow, malleted chrome, soft-handled hand, and sleigh are all varieties of what kind of musical instrument? Sargent musical cow, malleted chrome, soft-handled hand, and sleigh are all types of what kind of instrument? Sargent malleted cow, malleted chrome, soft-handled hand, and sleigh are all types of what instrument? Question 27. Question 27 is geography. This is geography. What is the only country which is in both North and South America? And I am not counting external territories. So some countries have islands or dependencies in other parts of the world. This is the main land mass is in both North and South America. What is the only country which, not including external territories, is in both North and South America? The country in North and South America. Sorry, Anne, I missed that. Anne Weaver says the state of denial. Oh, I see. The state with the most. Yes. Yes. I get it. Very good. But I'm on question 27. The only country which, not including external territories, is in both North and South America, please. That is question 27. And question 28, speaking of countries, question 28, the Sergio Leone Dollars trilogy, so A Fistful of Dollars, Few Dollars More, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, shot all of the exterior scenes in which country? The interior scenes, some of them were done in another one, but all of the exterior scenes were done in one country, to the best of my knowledge. What was it? Question 28, the Sergio Leone Dollars trilogy shot all of the exterior scenes in what country? That is question 28. Question 28, the Sergio Leone Dollars trilogy shot all their exteriors in what country? Question 29 now. Question 29, this is history and politics. From 1871 to 1890, who was the first Chancellor of Germany? This is, of course, the first Chancellor of a unified Germany. From 1871 to 1890, who was the first Chancellor of Germany? That's question 29. From 1871 to 1890, who was the first Chancellor of Germany? That is question 29. From 1871 to 1890, who was the first Chancellor of the unified Germany? And question 30. Question 30. This is words. Words. What word, beginning with the letter L for lemon, but not lemon, describes a pair of spectacles held with a single hand? What word beginning with L describes a pair of spectacles held with a single hand? That's question 30. What word beginning with the letter L describes a pair of spectacles held with a single hand? That is question 30. Question 30. What word beginning with L describes a pair of spectacles held with a single hand? And you are halfway through the second round. Well done, everyone. 10 questions left in this second round. 10 questions left till the end of the quiz. Question 31. Question 31 is film. Film released in 1964. What was the first Beatles film? The Beatles, of course, released a number of films. The first one was released in 1964. What was it? Released in 1964. What was the first Beatles film? That's question 31. What was the first Beatles film? It was released in 1964. Question 32 is sport. This is sport. The highest governing body of which sport is the FIH? FIH is the highest governing body of which sport? The highest governing body of which sport is the FIH? We are looking for the name of the sport. It's question 32. Question 33. Question 33. This is video games. Video games. The composer Koji Kondo, Koji Kondo, created a piece of music called Overworld Theme in 1985 for which video game? Koji Kondo created a piece of music called Overworld Theme in 1985 for which video game? That's question 33. The composer Koji Kondo created Overworld Theme in 1985 for which video game? Question 35. Question 35. Which country has launched a YouTube channel? Oh, sorry, 34. I said 35. Question 34. Which country has launched a YouTube channel called Echo of Truth to advertise to the YouTube generation? Which country has launched a YouTube channel called Echo of Truth to advertise to the YouTube generation? What country has created a channel on YouTube called Echo of Truth to advertise to the YouTube generation? Sorry if I looked distracted there for a second. I realized that one of my questions was wrong. So I went and replaced it with a true one. That was question 34. This is question 35. Question 35. In what year in the 1990s was the Disney film Beauty and the Beast released? This is the animation. In what year in the 1990s was the Disney film Beauty and the Beast released? In what year in the 1990s was Beauty and the Beast released? That is question 35. In what year in the 1990s was Beauty and the Beast released? Five questions left, folks. 5 questions left. Question 36. Question 36 is languages and dialects. In what country would you primarily find a dialect called Doric? D-O-R-I-C. This is a spoken dialect today. In what country would you primarily find a dialect called Doric? D-O-R-I-C. In what country would you primarily find the dialect Doric? Question 37 is music. Music, it's prog rock. Which prog band told the story of Zero the hero going on adventures in a flying teapot? Which prog band told the story of Zero the hero going on adventures in a flying teapot? That is question 37. Which prog band told the story of Zero the hero in his flying teapot? That's question 37, and 3 questions left. Question 38. Question 38. The UK uses the domain .co.uk. France is .fr. America doesn't really have one. I guess there must be a .usa or something, but obviously it doesn't get used as much. Canada is .ca and so on. But which country that no longer exists used to use the domain .cs? .cs is a redundant domain for which country which no longer exists? That is question 38. Question 38. Which country which now used the domain .cs? I am saying CS, C, the third letter of the alphabet, S for Simon. Question 39. Question 39 is literature. Literature. In what decade did Agatha Christie publish the last Hercule Poirot story? In what decade did Agatha Christie publish her last Hercule Poirot story? That's question 39. In what decade did Agatha Christie publish her last Hercule Poirot? Eileen Jones says, oh, .us, I have seen that, of course. Hercule Poirot story. And question 40. Question 40, your current affairs question for round 2. Which social media platform has announced they are introducing a new labeling system to identify government officials and state-backed media accounts? Which social media platform announced this week that they are introducing a new labeling system to help you identify government officials and state-backed media accounts? That's question 40. Which social media platform is introducing a new labeling system to identify government officials and state-backed media accounts, presumably to try to fight? Last year, was it, when the Conservatives weirdly changed their account to a fictional fact-checking account? It was awful. Anyway, that sort of thing. Which social media platform is introducing a new labeling system to identify government officials and state-backed media accounts? That is question 40. And that is all the questions in the second round. Well done, everyone. Let's go through those again. Question 21. 2 countries have outlines on their flags. One is Cyprus. What is the other one? 2 countries have outlines on their flags. One is Cyprus. What's the other? Question 22. What was the name of Ronan Keating's debut solo album in 2000? What was the name of Ronan Keating's debut solo album in 2000? Question 23. How many prime numbers? Oh no. How many prime numbers are there between 1 and 50? Not inclusive. How many prime numbers are there between 1 and 50? Question 24. Which communication software has released 2 branded podcasts, one of them called Variety Pack and the other called Work in Progress? Which communication software has released branded podcasts called Variety Pack and Work in Progress? Question 25. Which American state currently has the most Congress people in the House of Representatives, as I have learned now to call them? Thank you. I can't remember who said that. Which American state currently has the most Congress people in the House of Representatives? Question 26. Sergeant Musical Cow, Malleted Chrome, Soft-Handled Hand, and Sleigh are all varieties of what musical instrument? Sergeant Musical Cow, Malleted Chrome, Soft-Handled Hand, and Sleigh are all types of what instrument? Question 27. What's the only country which is in both North and South America? What's the only country in both North and South America? Question 28. The Sergio Leone Dollars trilogy shot all their exteriors in what country? The Sergio Leone Dollars trilogy shot all their exteriors in what country? Question 29. From 1871 to 1890, who was the first Chancellor of Germany? From 1871 to 1890, who was the first Chancellor of Unified Germany? Question 30. What word beginning with L describes a pair of spectacles held with a single hand? Question 30. What word beginning with L describes a pair of spectacles held with a single hand? Question 31. Released in 1964, what was the first Beatles film? Released in 1964, what was the first Beatles film? Question 32. The highest governing body of which sport is the FIH? The highest governing body of which sport is the FIH? Question 33. The composer Koji Kondo created Overworld theme in 1985. For which video game? The composer Koji Kondo created Overworld theme in 1985. For which video game? Question 34. Which country has launched a YouTube channel called Echo of Truth to advertise to the YouTube generation? Which country has launched a YouTube channel to advertise to YouTubers? Question 35. In what year of the 90s was Beauty and the Beast released? In what year of the 90s was Beauty and the Beast released? Question 36. In what country would you primarily find the dialect of Doric? In what country would you primarily find the dialect of Doric? Question 37. Which prog band told the story of Zero the Hero and the Flying Teapot? Which prog band told the story of Zero the Hero and the Flying Teapot? Question 38. The .cs domain name is a redundant domain for which no longer existing country. .cs was used for which country? Question 39. In what decade did Agatha Christie publish the last Poirot story? In what decade did Agatha Christie publish the last Poirot story? And question 40, what social media platform is introducing a new labeling system to identify government officials and state-backed media? What social media platform is introducing a new labeling system to identify government accounts? And that is all the questions in the second round. You have got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, pens down. Give yourselves a pat on the back, pat on the neck, pat on the cheeks, as we mark the answers to round 2. Here they are. Question 21. The country that isn't Cyprus, which is on its own flag, is Kosovo. Kosovo. It's got a picture of Kosovo and then 5 stars. Kosovo. Question 22. Ronan Keating's debut solo album was called Ronan. Simple as that. Ronan. Question 22. Question 23. There are 15 prime numbers between 1 and 50. 15. They are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, 31, 37, 41, 43, and 47. 15 prime numbers. Kimberly has tweeted me some IATA codes. Let's have a look. Oh my God. Kim Billington has tweeted me a IATA code jumper. YLW. Is that the one we've had before? Is that Vancouver? I remember Vancouver is really unexpected. That's fantastic. That's a fantastic jumper. Well done. Question 24. The communication software that's released 2 branded podcasts is Slack. Slack. Not Vancouver, but close. Toronto? Surely that would be more like TOR or something. Yukon Airport? Seattle? The communication software is Slack. Question 25. The American state I was looking for is California. They have 53 Congress people in the House of Representatives. 53. California. Question 26. Sergeant musical cow, bell, malleted chrome bell, soft-handled hand bell, and sleigh bell. They're all types of bell. Bells. obviously a Sargent musical is a musical cowbell from the place called Sargent, apparently. Or maybe it was by someone called Sargent, I don't know. Question 27. The only country that is in both North and South America is Panama. Panama. 28. Most of the dollar's exteriors. It's Kelowna, BC. Never heard of it. Is it nice? The Dollars trilogy, all the exteriors were shot in Spain. Spain, down in the desert in Almeria. Spain. Question, the interiors, some of the interiors were shot in Rome. 29, the first Chancellor of Germany was obviously Bismarck, or von Bismarck, or Otto von Bismarck. Bismarck. Question 30, the L word I was after was lorgnette. Lorgnette. Question 31, first Beatles film is A Hard Day's Night. Hard Day's Night. 32, the FIH are the International Federation of Hockey. Hockey. Kelowna is a big wine producing area. Yes, I heard recently that there was such a thing as Canadian wine. That's very cool. Question 33. Koji Kondo created overworld theme for Super Mario Brothers, or Mario, or Super Mario, anything like that. That's the famous one. Etc. Question 34. The country that has launched the YouTube channel, that's North Korea. North Korea, in their attempts to sway hearts and minds. I'm not necessarily going to recommend this piece of propaganda to you, but I can tell you that the pizza video is something else. North Korea. Question 35. Beauty and the Beast was released in 1991. 1991. Question 36. Doric is a dialect of Scots. It's Scotland. I think it's Scots. Pretty sure it's Scots. I mean, it is in Scotland. I don't think it's separate to Scots. I think it's dialect of Scots. Anyway, Scotland is what I was after, or the UK. If you put that, that's okay. For now. Question 37. The prog band I was after was Gong. Gong. I love Gong. I don't think a lot of people know about Gong, but they're a passion of mine. Go listen to some Gong. They have such long songs, which don't need to be long, but they're great. Gong. Question 38. The .cs domain, that's Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia just sneaking in there. Just crossing over internet before they broke up. Czechoslovakia. Question 39. The last Poirot story was published in the 1970s. 1975. The 70s. And question 40. That was Twitter. Twitter are going to label government accounts. Let's go through those again. 21 Kosovo, 22 Ronan, 23 15 15, 24 Slack, 25 California, 26 Bells, 27 Panama, 28 Spain, 29 Bismarck, 30 Lorgnette, 31 Hard Day's Night, 32 Hockey, 33 Super Mario Brothers, 34 North Korea, 35 1991, 36 Scotland, 37 Gong, 38 Czechoslovakia, 39 the 70s, and 40 Twitter. Twitter. Koji Kondo also composed the overworld theme for Legend of Zelda. Ah, you can have that if Legend of Zelda was released in 1985. Legend of Zelda. I'm afraid it wasn't. It was released in 1986. Sorry. You do not get the point for Zelda if you put Zelda. Daisy Lovick put Doric's Creek. Yes, I can see why you did, but sadly not. So let's see how you've done after that. So it was Fall and Decline of Marmalade were the team to watch on 18. They have not put their score in yet. Top scorers of round 2 so far looks like La Traviata with 15 and Nicholas Lyndhurst also with 15. Shouldn't whistle that, or they will come for me. I want to see what Marmalade have got before moving on. Oh, hello, whoever just put in the full totals. Well, without Marmalade putting in their other score, it looks like current top scorers are, oh, it's Vegan on 30. Oh, 31 as well for Nicholas Lyndhurst. So Vegan and Nicholas Lyndhurst are the teams to beat. Still no scores coming in for the Friendly Bears or a Noble Failure. Oh, Orange, Marmalade got another 18. They are on 36. 36. Very well done. So they are the team to beat, but it can, of course, all change with the picture round. Now, I sent you 10 stuffed tomatoes. You tell me what they are stuffed with. Here we go, folks. The answers to the picture round. I'm going to bring it up myself. FD picture round 25. Here they are. God, they're beautiful. They make me hungry. So I am going, in each case, for the main ingredient. If there's a bit of onion in there or a bit of cheese on top, that doesn't count. It is only the main ingredient that I will consider as the answer here. So question 1, picture 1, that one is stuffed with rice. Stuffed with rice, picture 1. A very classic stuffed tomato. Picture 2, stuffed with a poached egg. Eggs. Sounds quite fun. Never had that. Picture 2, stuffed with eggs. Picture 3, this is a classic Belgian dish. It's stuffed with shrimps, grey shrimps. I'll accept shrimps. Or even prawns, although those are technically not prawns. But shrimps. Picture 4, tough one, this one. It looks like it's stuffed with quinoa or something because there's a breaded bit on the outside. It is in fact stuffed with aubergine. Aubergine or eggplant, if you're that way inclined. Aubergine. Picture 5, difficult because it's a bad picture. It's got a yellow tomato that's stuffed with mussels. Mussels, never had that. Sounds very cool. Mussels. Picture 6, stuffed with pasta. Pasta. Picture 7, I will accept a variety of answers to this. It's our only meaty one. The correct answer, if you look at a recipe, is sausage meat. But this particular one has sausage meat, and it's also got some beef mince. Excuse me. So I will accept beef, pork, or sausage. Any of those. Beef, pork, or sausage. Picture 8, I think this one's tricky because it's got a bit of mayonnaise in there. It's crab. Crab. Picture 9, that one is a vegetarian take on the classic sausage. It's lentils. Lentils. And picture 10, never seen this before, potatoes. Potato stuffed tomatoes. It's incredible. So let's go through those again. Rice, eggs, shrimps, aubergine, mussels, pasta, beef, sausage or pork, crabs, lentils, and potatoes. Let's see how you all did after that. I think this was not such a hard one, and I'm expecting a few high scores. So 9 in from one step closer to Devon. Very good. 8 in for the sweet chili chickpeas. Oh, thank you, Troublers. You have sent me information on tar flavored food. Oh, I'm opening that in a new tab. I'll look that up later. 2, 7 for La Traviata there. Couple of 6s, quite a few 8s. A triumvirate of 8s right down there at the bottom, bringing lots of people up to 36. 37 points for Nicholas Lyndhurst. Still waiting to hear on the fall and decline of Marmalade. They're keeping us waiting. Well, they understand suspense. Come on, Marmalade. Possibly you are anonymous armadillo on this sheet. Let's see what you got. Meanwhile, I'm going to decide who's got the best team name. I mean, if Marmalade don't fill in a score, then I guess we have to say they got 0. Thank you, Laura, who just dropped a couple of quid in the jar. And there it is, Fall and Decline of Marmalade. Got 5 stuffed tomatoes, bringing them up to a total score of 41. Congratulations, Fall and Decline of Marmalade. You win tonight's quiz. And I am going to give best team name to the very simply named Vegan. Congratulations, Vegan. You win best team name. Thank you all so much for playing. I've been Felix, and I will be writing another quiz for you and quizzing same time next week. I believe I'll be quizzing from Paris. Just need to confirm that. That'll be very exciting. Where I should be quizzing for a little while, unless, of course, it's got very thin floors and no internet. Thank you all so much. See you soon. See you next week. If you've not yet, do head over to ko-fi.com/Felix Trench and drop a couple of quid in the jar per player. Thank you and good night.